Hello friends, welcome back, or if you're new, hi, how are ya? So today we're going to be doing a tier ranking list finally for Young Royals characters now that I have finally put out all 3 seasons of Young Royals. So if you guys haven't checked it out, all the episodes are available on my channel. Also, the full-length episode reactions are available on my Patreon if you guys are interested. Truly, no pressure at all. It's really not a big deal if you join or not, but just putting that out there if you guys are interested in that. But with that being said, we are just going to be doing the tier ranking of the characters themselves. I found one on tiermaking.com, so I'm going to go with that. There's not like a lot of characters in this one, like every single one that we've seen in all the seasons and all the episodes, but I think this kind of gives you a general gist of everybody and the full spectrum of all like the main-ish characters. I don't know, maybe we'll do one with the side characters too, but as of now, these are the main characters with this already made tier ranking thing. So right now the ratings are love, nice, okay, meh, and trash. I think these are pretty fitting for these characters and the range of these characters, so I'm going to stick with that. Of course, these are not a reflection of the actors themselves. It's just my opinion on the characters and how the characters made me feel throughout the entire show and their whole character arc. I would say, though, it's not a knock on the characters. I'm not saying these are badly written characters if they're in trash or meh, but it's just like a reflection of how I personally felt towards these characters, if that makes sense. So we're gonna get started. First and foremost is Eric. I feel like we don't really know much about him because he was gone so early in the show and we've only heard about him versus like seeing about him. I mean, it's fine, I guess. So I'm gonna put him in okay. He was nice in the early episodes when we actually saw him, but just hearing some of the stuff that happened in the later season where we hear what he did with the initiation and stuff, that kind of put me off a little bit, not gonna lie. So it is what it is. I forget her name, but this is one of Simone's friends and I love her. I feel like she makes very sound advice and is there for Simone when he needs somebody, like when he needs a friend the most. So I really love her. I mean, there was a little bit of like a love interest crush situation, at least a little bit, with one of Wilhelm's friends or Felice's friends. And, you know, she took it on the chin because that whole situation was really fucked up. The way they were talking about her and to her face. She's a real one for taking it on the chin and not using that against Wilhelm, even though, like, he knows them by association. Speaking of Wilhelm, we have Wilhelm. I like Wilhelm. I do like him. I'm gonna put him in nice. Only because Wilhelm was stressing me out, okay? Him and Simone both were stressing me the fuck out. And a lot of their issues and situations could have been avoided with communication. And they both don't communicate and they're both a little bit stubborn and a little bit petty. I mean, Simone especially more so petty, but my God, these people will not talk to each other, even if it's like a life or death situation. So for that reason, I cannot put him in the top tier. I cannot. But I still loved him as a character. I feel like from the first season to the third season, he's definitely made a character arc that's like for the better. I really appreciate that and I really love his character development and his growth, especially with the last season and the decision that he ends up making, giving up the crown and everything like that. So love that. But he still needs to work on communication. Maybe instead of ditching therapy to go see Simone or mope around about Simone, he should have just gone to therapy with the counselor. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. We also have Simone, which I love Simone. I do. He's talented. He has a lot of good points. He's valid for how he feels. But I have to say though, like again, I cannot put him at the top tier because he does not communicate. Like, and the decision making that he makes sometimes is so questionable. When I look at Simone sometimes, I'm just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You have a good head on your shoulders. You like you're valid for your experiences. You have good points. But what are you doing? You know? Not even just with him and Wilhelm, but the whole thing with him and Sarah. Like, I get it. He's upset at Sarah for knowing everything about August and not telling him and like not reporting it. I get it. And he's so valid for feeling that way. But that is your sister at the end of the day. And he's like upset that she went to go live with their dad, even though he was the one that brought this hostile environment towards her. You know what I mean? So like his logic, sometimes I'm like, what are you doing? You are being ruled by your pettiness and it's not helping you at all. And I really hope when they grow up, I mean, we won't know because I don't think they're going to make another season, but in my brain, at least I'm gonna hope that when they grow up, when their brain fully develops, that they are, you know, a lot better with communication and letting go of resentment and grudges and everything, and just like, you know, they don't have to make questionable decisions when they're older. Hopefully. I don't remember his name, but this is also another one of Simone's friends, and I love him, honestly. One of the scenes in the 3rd season where Simone deletes his social media and he's like, you didn't even tell us. What about all the memories? That broke me a little bit because that is so precious. He is nothing but a good friend to Simone. He's there, he's supportive, and he's just an overall great time. He's so precious. I love him so, so, so much. We have Sarah and Simone's dad. Don't remember his name, and I don't care to know his name because I'm gonna put him straight into trash. And do you know what? I was rooting for him. If you guys saw my reaction videos, like, you know, I was rooting for him to have this whole redemption arc. I really was. Like, why did he have to do that? Why did he have to ditch her when she was trying to get her license, going to the license test, to go out drinking with friends? Like, come on. We were rooting for you, and this is how you pay us back? Having this terrible character arc? Like, it was like bad, and then it got better, and you're seeing hope, and I thought it was gonna stay there and it was gonna round things out, but no, it went crashing down. And no amount of cars that he gives to Sarah or Simone is gonna help that situation. That's like one of my biggest disappointments. Feliz? Love her. Love her. I do. She's like one of my favorite characters of all time. Like, you guys don't understand. I mean, I'm sure you do understand if you love her too, but she is an icon. She is a legend. I love her so, so, so much. She's a good friend. I mean, there was a little bit of a bumpy road, but I mean, honestly, Sarah did her wrong, okay? Okay? And the fact that she gave Sarah a second chance, I think, speaks more to her character than anything else. And she did not fall into the influence of her friends. And she ended up staying, I think, for the summer with Sarah, or like decided to stay with Sarah instead of going straight to New York, which is great. And I love her so much. She is so kind. She was there for Wilhelm when everything was going terrible. Even when August was going through shit, like, and she didn't really want to be with him, she was there for him a little bit. She's there for Sarah. She's there for all of her friends. And honestly, at the end of the day, despite the school being closed down, she did the right thing by telling everything that she knew and experienced about the school. So love her for standing up for herself and for other people. And yeah. Simone and Sarah's mom. Okay, love her. Love her so much. The fact that I ended up agreeing with her more times than Simone is actually kind of wild, because I don't know if that's a sign that I'm getting older, but she was making good sense, okay? She was saying things with her full chest. She was standing her ground, and I totally respect it. And she was doing what was best for her children, and I totally appreciate that. Not much more to say about an icon like her. And then we have Sarah. Okay, Sarah, okay, I love Sarah. I do. But she makes so many questionable decisions that I have to put her behind Simone. They're siblings for a reason, and they just make very questionable decisions, okay? And Sarah, I get it. She's on the spectrum. Certain social cues are not there for her, but some of the things, though, if you want to be honest, and that was her whole thing, is that she's very honest to a fault. Why wasn't she honest to Simone about everything with August? I just don't get it. Like, I don't get. But it is what it is. And as much as I hate August, I don't like August, I really like the moments that came out with Sarah with August, and also Feliz too, because it just shows like this side of her that she's like not so guarded, and she's just able to be herself because these people love her despite what other people say about her, and like they wholeheartedly like her for who she is, and that's really beautiful to see. So I really like those moments with Sarah. And also season 3, like, I just felt really bad for her because she was going through it a lot, with not only like the whole situation with August and Feliz, but like Simone wasn't treating her well, and she was like forced to go to, or she felt like she was forced to live with her dad because like nobody in her house really wanted her there, and she like does not like her dad at all. So that was a whole situation, but I'm glad she got her full circle ending. Very happy ending, got to be friends with Feliz again and just like make amends with that. She's moving on from August, and she's on good terms with Simone, so everything is good and dandy. So really appreciate that. Wilhelm's mom, the queen, I'm gonna put her right behind Eric. I would put her in meh, but I have to give her some grace because she did lose a son, okay? She is grieving throughout most of the seasons, if not all of it, like minus the first 2 episodes, but she is grieving. So she is going through a lot in terms of the seasons and like what she's going through. So she's probably grieving, also dealing with queen stuff, and also dealing with Wilhelm not wanting to be crown prince and just like the downfalls of that, and like worrying about who's going to take over if he's not going to be crown prince and all that stuff, and still trying to be a good mom to Wilhelm as a mom versus a queen, and also the logistics of everything that comes with it. So it's a lot of stress, high pressure for this woman, and I totally get it why she's acting the way that she is. But at the same time, I just think that she needs to go to therapy. She needs to go to therapy and work on her relationship with Wilhelm and go through the grieving process and just learn to be there for Wilhelm, because some of the things that she was doing to Wilhelm and like making him do was a little cold, okay? It was a little cold. So I just hope she gets therapy, she gets better, but she's not a bad person. She's not a bad person. I don't hate her. I get it. I get the circumstances, you know? And then last but not least, which feels like a cruel, cruel joke, is August. I'm going to put him in Met, okay? He's not as trash as Simone and Sarah's dad, okay? He didn't have like a terrible character arc. I feel like his character arc was actually pretty good, but fundamentally, I don't like August. I don't like him, okay? He just treated Simone terribly. He sent out the video of Wilhelm and Simone, like, just because he was mad and jealous. Like, that was so stupid. Why would you do that? And also, he made Sarah not tell anybody about that situation. I mean, Sarah has her own autonomy to do whatever she wants, but, like, at the end of the day, he did pressure her to not say anything, you know? So, I'm just saying, he's not very redeemable for me. The only thing that made him slightly redeemable are his moments with Sarah and how much he loved Sarah and just how much he cared for her and just how much he was so down bad for her. That was the only time that he was redeemable, and also like the times that he was really trying to make amends with Wilhelm. Other than that, really don't like him. If you guys watch the reaction videos, you guys know I am the #1 August hater. So just putting that out there. Anyways, that is it, guys. Let me know who your tier rankings are for these characters. Who are your favorite characters, least favorite characters? Are there any characters you wish had better character arcs or different character arcs? I would love to hear it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!